Hello and welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And in today's video it is going to be something a little bit different from me, because all this is going to be is a discussion, and a discussion really about what we all hold most dear. Barcelona this season, the expectations. What can we expect from this team? What should we be expecting? And of course I am going to be talking in some detail about Ernesto Valverde, about the squad that we've got, and basically just talking over with you guys what we're feeling right now, what the feeling is amongst us, the fans, of course the people that keep the club going. We are of course a big part of this, and as a result of that, of course, we're very much entitled to our opinion on the club's affairs, and that's what we're going to be discussing today, what's happening with Barcelona right now, and certainly what the feeling is amongst us all. Let's get in now to some discussion. Because first and foremost, guys, I want to start off by saying right here and now, of course, I do read every single one. I really do try and read every single one of your comments, try and get involved as much as I possibly can. And obviously in the comments, especially recently, over the international break, we've all had a time to sit down. We had a disappointing result, 2-2 against Osasuna, and of course then carrying in now to the break, we've had a chance to think about that, and that result still agitates many of us. It still feels like this is not good. Barcelona are not making progress. And of course, nothing makes us angrier here than just being stuck. Stuck really where we can't initiate change, we can't see that much light at the end of the tunnel, and we can't really see a clear direction and a clear plan from the club that all of us quite clearly care about. And that's why, to be honest, I can perfectly understand many of you guys' comments when you're saying, look, Valverde out. It doesn't matter what you say. A lot of people come here and they say, look, I enjoyed the videos, but at the same time, what's the point? Valverde has to go. And I want to just say here and now that I do 100% agree with that. I do agree with you guys. Valverde is not the man to take Barcelona forward. I've been very clear on that. I have been obviously making videos now for quite some time, and right throughout there's been a consistent pattern where I say basically that Valverde is a decent enough person, he's a decent enough guy. I don't really have any problems with him personally. I don't hate the guy for his personality, but he's not a Barcelona coach. He is not somebody that I feel can take this club forward. He's not somebody that I feel can improve these players, can get the best out of these players, and for that reason, he shouldn't be in charge of Barcelona any longer. But obviously, I can't come into every single video and say that over and over and over again, because we all know that. We're all aware of that. And to be completely honest with you guys, there's nothing that we can do. It hurts to say it, it really does, but at the same time, there's nothing actually right here and now that we can do to change that. Valverde is in charge of Barcelona. He's in charge there because the board feel that he is the man to take the club forward. The board there feel that he's the man to basically agree to whatever they want. But at the same time, the board are being led by the players. We spoke about this at the end of last season. The players are very much on side with Valverde. For whatever reason, most of them in that dressing room, the key members, want him to stay. Or they did want him to stay at the end of last season. So we have to accept here, there's nothing that we can do right now. All that we can do is watch Barcelona as the fans that we are every single week, because it doesn't matter how bad it gets, it doesn't matter how bad things are working out on the field, we'll keep coming back because we care. And simply, well, that's what we'll do this season. We'll keep coming back, we'll keep watching it, and if something isn't good, of course we're going to come here, we're going to talk about it. If something is good, we're also going to do the same. And I have to say, we are pretty open. Quite often, if Barcelona play well, we do come here and we say, look, Barca were good. You can't really say, people from the outside looking in, they say, you know, Barcelona fans, they don't give anybody a chance, they want Valverde gone, they're ungrateful. But you know what? We've stuck by here, thick and thin, when Barcelona have been dragged through the mud. We've had some really embarrassing nights, and we're all still here. We are all still here. So people who say ungrateful, people who say that we don't stand up for our club, that we don't stick around through the hard times, well, you know what? We've had some tough times. Yes, we might have La Liga titles. Yes, we've got terrific players. We don't dispute that. But at the same time, we've had embarrassments, and we're still here. So nobody can question here our commitment to Barcelona. But at the same time, we, for the time being, have got to accept Ernesto Valverde is in charge of Barcelona. Now, you can go one or two ways from that. You can A, stop watching Barcelona, which I feel is not the right thing to do, simply because I wouldn't let Valverde, I wouldn't let the board, I wouldn't let those players, I wouldn't let them get in the way of you watching your team. You support Barcelona. You you love Barcelona. You've probably done for many, many years. Yes, Valverde is killing many of us. He's killing the life out of our games, many of them. But at the same time, don't let him win. Because you know in your hearts, you're going to be around after Ernesto Valverde is gone. I can assure you that. Because, of course, right now, Valverde is being kept disappointment after disappointment. He's still in the job. And yes, he should have gone. And he's still here. But at the same time, his time is running out. Naturally, in the cycle of Barcelona coaches, they don't last all that long. Valverde, without question of a doubt, is coming to the end of his time. So the good thing is, we don't have this for all that much longer. And in the final moments here of having Ernesto Valverde, we just have to put up with it. And you know what? The best remedy for getting through this Valverde football and actually coming here, maybe with a bit of positivity, this is basically what I tried to do. Because I think of Barcelona right now without Valverde in the equation. He oversees the team, he sets the team up, and of course on the field when things go wrong, when things don't go well, Valverde is the man who will take the full force of that because he is overseeing everything. The buck stops with him. He's the man in charge, so he does have to take that responsibility. But what I tried to do is, I just tried to focus on the players. I just tried to focus on the fact that we do have some wonderful, wonderful players. And in particular, you look at somebody like Messi. Somebody who you will look back after Messi is retired. We don't want to think about it, but one day it will happen. You will look back and you'll think, wow, I was lucky. I was so lucky to be in a time with Messi playing and to sit down every week and to be able to watch him. And that's why I wouldn't turn over. That's why I wouldn't turn away from Barcelona, because I wouldn't let Valverde, I wouldn't let somebody there take that Messi show away from me while it's still going on. Messi is still out there playing. All right now he's injured, but Messi most of the time is out there playing, and I'm going to enjoy that. I am going to sit down, I'm going to watch Barcelona, and even if there's tough times, even if there's more embarrassments, even if it gets boring at times, you've still got certain players in that team who still excite me. Under Valverde, maybe they're not as exciting as they could be, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see when he goes. Many of these players could really come into life, and we've still got great players, and that's why I'll keep coming back, and that's what you guys have to keep in mind. Yes, right now, the coach, the leader, the man who's overseeing everything, for me, is not the man to take Barcelona forward, and I'm not happy with the board either, and I'd say exactly the same thing for them. But at the same time, just like I said before, that cycle is coming to an end. We've got to stick it out. We've got to see it out. And we've got to understand here, we still have quality footballers that go out there every single week and they can produce magic. We've seen in La Liga, we've seen that Ernesto Valverde has 2 La Liga titles. And yes, he certainly did some good things along the way. He has done some good. I'm not saying every single thing about Valverde is terrible. He has won 2 league titles, but the players, Messi, they've got him out of that. They've got him there, those kind of trophies. And it's because of that that I still believe this season. It's because of that that I will still have a positive mindset looking at this season. Because yes, Valverde is on the touchline. Valverde doesn't inspire me with confidence. But Lionel Messi does. Lionel Messi is a man there who on his own, or surrounded by several key players, can make something happen. And that's what you have to bear in mind, particularly when you're looking at the Champions League. Because yes, against Roma, it was a disaster. Against Liverpool, when you think that it couldn't get any worse, it actually did. But a part of me inside still believes that with Messi there, with a group of players around him, with the players that we have, somehow we could still win it. We could win the Champions League under Ernesto Valverde, because that's what the Champions League is all about. You've seen in recent times Real Madrid under Zinedine Zidane. Is Zidane a wonderful tactician? No, he isn't. He's a very, very good motivator. I don't even think Valverde is a good motivator, but still, Zidane wasn't perfect. That Real Madrid team wasn't perfect, but they found a way to win. And that's why I believe this season that even though in the league, maybe we'll be inconsistent, maybe in the league this season we won't win it, but in the Champions League, things can happen. Stranger things have happened with a lot less quality players. We still have a very, very good squad. Don't let Valverde cloud your judgment of that, because we do. We have good players, and for that reason, it is still a possibility for me. It is still a genuine opportunity for Barcelona this season to win the Champions League. Because even last season, you think about it, we were 3-0 up against Liverpool. We were 3-0 up in the first leg in a semi-final, and we would have gone on there probably to play Tottenham. If we'd have gotten to that final, we probably would have won the Champions League. If Dembele, maybe, I'm not putting all the blame on him, but I'm just making a point here, if Dembele had put away that chance there to make it 4-0, we were through, and probably we would have won the Champions League. We would have won the Champions League, and we maybe even then would have won the Copa del Rey final, and suddenly we're treble winners. Stranger things have happened. Because Valverde is on the bench, of course, there's downbeat, there's negativity, there's skepticism. I understand that, I completely and utterly do. But you guys, you've got to keep that level of positivity about you. You've got to believe, because in the Champions League, stranger things have happened to clubs who don't have as good of players as we do. We have great players. We have Lionel Messi, and for that reason, I will always believe. And this season, I'm praying that we can do it. And I just wanted to make this video for you today, guys. We're not even sure what I'm going to call this video today. Basically, it was just to have a chat with you about that. Because yes, in every video, I may not say I want Valverde out. But don't think for a second that I just forget what he does. That I don't think for a second that I just brush it under the carpet and I actually like this guy. Because believe me, I'm just like you. I don't want him here as much as you do. But at the same time, we've got to look at other things. We've got to keep watching Barcelona. We've got to keep positive because we've got to enjoy this group. We've got to enjoy watching Messi. We've got to enjoy the new signings like Frenkie de Jong, like Antoine Griezmann, in the hope that this season, even with Valverde, we can make something special happen. And of course, guys, like I say, I really do try and read as many of your comments as I possibly can. And in this particular video, I am really interested to see what you've got to say. What do you feel about Valverde? Of course you want him out. Of course people will certainly not be happy right now. The negativity is there, and I understand that. I really, really do. But aside from that, is there a part of you that does believe? Is there a part of you this season that can go into it, that can go into the Champions League and still feel like, yeah, we could do that. We could do it. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you as always, guys. Thank you to you for sticking with me here, for coming back, for watching the videos, for watching Barcelona, even through all this. I really, really do appreciate your support. Trust me, so much. Thank you, guys. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, never question it. Visca el Barça.